Hey guys,
Hey, what's up, everybody?
this is Renan,
This is Patrick.
and we're here to talk about the sponsor of the episode.
The sponsor of the episode is Miss Crystal Reza at Rodan Fields.
Get your life-changing skincare.
Life-changing skincare at krios2.myrnf.com.
Take the test.
Yes, go online, visit the website, take the test, see what kind of products you need.
And it'll come up with the perfect routine for your life and your needs.
Both the links will be below. Now let's get to the episode.
Peace. And welcome to another episode of the Yellow City Kids podcast. I am your host, Hernan Ramirez, and I am joined to my left with Mr. Patrick Rivers, Master System.
Yes,
How you doing, man?
we're good.
And I am joined by two very special guests, Mrs. Amanda Panda
How's it going, guys?
and Mr. David Dizzie himself.
Dizzie Locz.
Dizzie Locz. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good, and yourself?
Doing all right.
A little mishaps, but we're good.
Little mishaps, and I guess we'll go straight into that. So when we went to go get the table, I was like, or Patrick was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go check out their lives.
Yeah, because I noticed y'all were both on live, so I was like, let me check out the live.
And so as soon as he turns it on, we see you. You know, we see yours, and you're talking, and then you're like, yeah, I'm about to do a podcast. Look, they left all their stuff here. We're like, oh. Like,
I'm like, check it out.
I could have stopped cracking up. I was like, oh man, this is how people are gonna get to know us.
They're still gonna watch, so.
So how is it? Because like you guys have told me those numbers, and they sound pretty ridiculous, and especially for a town like Clovis. I mean, what's the population here like?
57,000.
Yeah, and you have like quadruple that, and you're at almost pretty much double of that.
Yeah, I'm at because I'm at almost 200K.
Yeah,
and she's at 400.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I'm like 12,000 away.
No,
from
you guys are way more than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yep.
Yeah.
How was it in the beginning? Like, did it freak y'all out a little bit, or you guys just kind of because it was pretty steady?
Yeah.
You guys kind of just got used to it.
So how I started was it was slow. It was real slow, and then all of a sudden, bam! I would start hitting like 13,000 followers more. Once I would wake up, I would go to sleep, and I would have a certain amount, and then 12,000 people later, and I would just wake up.
Same here. At first, I was just posting like random videos that I would see like on the streets because I'm from Albuquerque, but I live in Rio Rancho. But I come down here to see her and stuff. But yeah, so I would just record like some guy dancing on the street or something and post it on TikTok. I never posted myself, but then I posted a video of me with Pop Smoke, I think it was, and it was about being an addict in recovery. And that blew up for me. And I posted 2 videos that day. One violated the guidelines and one took off. And kind of the same story. I woke up with 2,200 followers and I was like, whoa. So I just decided to keep it going. And just seemed like every other day I would hit a video that would do good and go viral.
So that was the one that popped off for you?
Yeah, that was the one that popped off for me. December 30th, 2020.
Dang, you got it memorized.
Yep.
That's good.
I don't
That's
even
good.
have mine memorized.
I was about to ask.
Well, if I ever forget, I could just go back to the first video.
All right.
Do you remember the video that took off of yours?
I had a couple, but they were like real low, like real low likes and real low views compared to like some that have popped off a lot more. Like I've had video views anywhere from like 1 million to 2 million and some. So that's popping off to me. The littler numbers like 15,000 views. Those aren't really nothing, but now TikTok is doing like a promotional type deal. And it's really hit us creators really, really hard because they want us to pay for more views. Does that make sense?
What?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yep.
Yeah, and so because we refuse to pay, our view count is way lower than what it used to be.
Right. And it doesn't make sense to pay for promotion when you're on the creators fund.
Yeah.
Like, why would I pay to get paid?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Yeah.
It
And
is.
when did this start?
About
A few months ago.
3
I would
months
say
ago?
back in
2 months
October
ago. Yeah.
is when it started.
Okay. And is there any like, do you guys? I mean, you guys are really into the app, and you guys know probably all of that's going on. What started it? Was maybe like a copyright or something? Or?
I think they're following in the footsteps of Instagram. Because Instagram has that promotional paid thing that you could do with their posts. Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
So I think they're just trying to follow in the footsteps of them. But they don't realize what it did to creators that were on that before the promotion. You know? So.
Man, that's wild. Holy moly. And so, I mean, is that why you guys are just branching out right now? Like, you guys brought y'all's merch, all like that. Is that why you guys, maybe just to be a little safe? Because you guys never know?
Right, exactly. And we're also branching out to YouTube. We're starting our YouTube as well.
Nice.
And
welcome to the family.
Yep, exactly. And we want to do a podcast as well, /YouTube. So, you know, we definitely want to branch out on other platforms. But as far as where the direction that I see us going on, I feel like we're going to be sticking with YouTube and TikTok because that's our thing. And then who knows? We might, because really what we would like to do is write, direct, and act in our own movie or show.
Nice.
That's the dream. Do y'all have any big inspirations? Like, you know, any stars that you guys look up to or movies
Adam
that...
Sandler. Because he gets to hang out with the homies all day.
Yeah. Honestly, I would say, and I know this will sound crazy, but one of my biggest influences is 50 Cent. And the reason why, and I know he's not a funny guy and all that, right?
Yeah. The dude is a genius, man.
He is. He's I mean, from every single move he made in his career and just his life prior to that, he's been a big influence of mine. And I definitely like see the moves he made, and I'm like, well, I want to make moves like that too.
Yeah, because I think one of his more popular moves, you guys probably heard about it already, was the vitamin water, right?
That's the one that he played his cards right to the fullest on.
Man.
You know, 150 million, I think they paid him for that.
Wow.
I thought it was a little bit more than that.
It could have been more.
Yeah,
it could have been more.
Because I think after that, he became a billionaire for sure.
Yeah, he's up there. He's on the Forbes and stuff. So
that was wild.
Yeah, and he's made headphones, clothing line, or record label. I mean, he keeps on coming out with stuff, books. I mean,
the dude doesn't stop.
Yeah, he doesn't stop, and that's what I feel like what I want to do is kind of do what he's doing. You know what I mean? Just keep doing different things. You know.
Okay. Now I'm from the outside looking in. I don't use the app, and it's nothing to do with like, I know I'm missing out on the culture. I know there's a lot of memes. I know there's a lot of good comedy. For myself, I know that there's too much good content there that you know I gotta stay busy on my stuff. And, you know, if I get that app, I'm not gonna be doing anything. But what I would like to know is kind of like with YouTube and Twitch. You guys know about those two platforms, right? There always seems to be a meta. Is it sort of like the same thing on TikTok, or is it more just like trends? They go and until they burn out.
Yeah. Pretty much. And then a new trend will start up. We try to stick to comedy, but don't get me wrong, we do the trends, we do transition videos, and we do try to keep up with the trends though. Yeah.
I've been getting him to dance.
Yeah, she's been teaching me to dance.
Getting him to dance.
Because and matter of fact, one of the first videos that we did together, she taught me the dance in that video. It's like
you did.
You do a little.
And he actually like did the same dance on his profile by himself, and it actually like popped off.
Yeah, I got like 250,000 views
I'm
on
like,
it.
man, I showed him how to do that. Why did I get credit?
And I did it in public too. I did it right there, going down the escalator at Coronado Mall.
In Albuquerque.
So you guys are probably you guys seem naturals at this, because for me it feels like when I see, you know, like we you know, when I see like maybe 200 300 views on ours, I'm like, oh man, that's like, I'm already like, that's a lot of people, like, you know, maybe it's my anxiety kicking in or anything or something like that. But for y'all, I mean, you guys are looking at millions of people are looking at you.
Yeah.
Does that ever like, you know, you wake up and you're like, man, like...
I never thought of it like that, honestly.
Oh, shoot, I hope
I never did. Well, just being who I am naturally, I'm a very outgoing person, and she's the same exact way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, so when it comes to just, like, I guess, getting attention from people and just, you know, just socializing, it just... It's like nothing.
Comes naturally.
It's like nothing.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Honestly, I wish I had that kind of skill, or maybe eventually, maybe you just get used to it. I guess.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah.
You really
Yeah,
do.
definitely.
With all those numbers, I'm pretty sure your lives have changed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it living in like a little town like this? You know.
I get recognized
Yeah.
everywhere. They're like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "West Side." Hey, it's you.
Even and then like in Albuquerque we get recognized all over too. We went to Santa
I
Fe.
was just gonna tell them.
We
about
went to
Santa
Santa Fe to meet up with some friends at Adelita's restaurant, and I'm not even lying. Like 7 different people came up to us.
Can we
and
take a
wanted
picture?
pictures.
It was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Everywhere we go, we get
We
recognized.
were in like a tiny little hidden park the other day, and this lady stopped her whole school bus, and she's like,
What?
"Oh my god, TikTok!" We're like, "Yes."
Yeah, she was driving a school bus and she stopped and she started, I follow you guys. She was all happy.
Man, that's kind of wild. And honestly, like it honestly feels like the app isn't stopping like anytime soon.
No.
Like it seems like the numbers are just. I don't know. I don't even know where these numbers are coming from because
Right.
like are they creating people and then
Right. And it's because of the popularity that it's gaining. So it's in the billions of
Yeah.
downloads
Well,
now. So
all because of like quarantine
Yeah.
and COVID and
The
stuff.
pandemic
like that.
is what
Everybody
really
was at
boosted it.
home. They had nothing else to do, so
Now, were y'all doing it before?
No.
Okay.
no, I
that's
wasn't.
when I started.
Okay.
Yeah, I started when
Yeah.
COVID hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
because when did you start, man? Like what?
July, I believe,
July
Of 2020?
2020?
of 2020.
And then I started December of 2020.
Man. Honestly, it feels like a drag to be honest. Like these, what is it? We're on year 3 now, or like 2? It's already been 2 years, so year 3.
Yeah, in February.
Yeah.
Or March,
It's,
right?
Wow.
it's crazy, huh? How long it's dragged out to.
It feels like 10 years to be honest.
Right, it does. Do you remember whenever they the pandemic first hit, everybody just rushed to go get toilet paper?
Toilet paper and baby wipes.
And baby, I'm like, really? Like, I don't understand. I guess that was a necessity that was very important for people
Yeah,
to
that
get.
was wild. 'Cause,
And
I mean,
water.
was
I
it water
remember-
too?
Yeah, they took all
Oh,
of
yeah.
the waters. Do you remember that? I had to get cases
Well, the
from
thi-
Love's truck stop.
Wow.
The thing about us is that we're not that far away from you guys, but we're still from a tiny, tiny little town, and it always feels like nothing that happens to the world really happens there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
how it was here. That's why
Yeah.
we moved here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even at the grocery store, they would open the toilet papers and sell them roll at a time.
Oh wow.
Roll at it. Oh
You can only get like 3 rolls.
It
Oh,
was
wow.
weird
What?
because I swear every time like I would hear about like tornadoes,
Yes.
hurricanes. Obviously, hurricanes isn't really gonna affect us except the weather, right? But all these natural disasters. I'm in my little town. I'm like, nothing like that's gonna happen. When COVID happened,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's all right. It's probably gonna hit the big cities. Man, we're still in it.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how it spread like a wildfire. It went from, where was it, China? It went from China to all
Yeah.
over. Like,
I mean-
instantly, within like a week, we
Yeah.
had the first person in New Mexico, and it was in Socorro. I remember it. They
Wait,
were in
really?
Socorro. Our first
I
New
didn't know
Mexico
about
case
that.
was in
Whoa.
Socorro, New Mexico.
Our first case was in Socorro.
Yeah, and for New Mexico.
Oh, for New Mexico.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
Sorry,
thought you
sorry, no.
meant
Not for the whole United States, but yeah, for.
I was like,
for New
man.
Mexico.
I know.
I was like, damn. China
Oh my
really doesn't
God.
like New
For
Mexico.
real, they're like, you guys built that. You guys have Los Alamos over there. We need to take them out. no, that was a joke.
Oh man, but it like how did well actually let's get into it because we're not really it's kind of funny. You're not supposed to talk about it, but it feels like everybody's kind of in agreement except the media.
Yeah.
Because you I didn't even say anything about it. You said China 1st, and I'm in the same belief that
Yeah.
it
Well, I
probably,
mean, it seemed so. What from what I understand is there was scientists that were researching and messing with the coronavirus,
Yeah.
and I feel like it was a botched experiment.
yeah.
And this is just my opinion. I don't know
Right.
for sure, but I feel like that it somehow was transmitted to the scientists, and they went out and they went walking all over the city and stuff, and
Yeah.
then spreading it, and they didn't know because it has a 10-day window before you start feeling symptoms.
Right.
So I feel like it just spread like a wildfire like that, and then people traveling, all the airports going
Well,
back
that's
and forth.
the
to
thing
different
is, like,
countries.
I know my parents got it. before like it came out on the news and stuff.
Yeah.
They were sick for like a month, and they were over the road truck drivers. So they parked the truck for like a month because they were sick. And I was like, what's going on with you guys?
Yeah.
And no, like, I don't know, a few months went by, and that's when it came out, breaking news, this, and the other thing. And it was like, I know they had it.
Yeah.
And how do you guys personally feel about it? I mean, are you guys even fazed about it anymore? I mean, we were talking about it a little bit earlier, how, you know, y'all have the signs, but no one's really, it's kind of like, eh.
Yeah, it's, for me, I don't know, it's, it has affected my life because, from people that I know personally, getting it and dying from it, and family members and stuff too. So, and then not only that, but other people and their family members. So, yeah, it has affected in my own personal life. But I just thank God that, you know, I've managed to stay safe and my family as well from, you know, but then again, we weren't going out and we weren't putting ourselves in positions to, like, you know, to put us at high risk to getting the virus, you know.
Right.
Yeah. How do you feel about the latest one now? Or like, is it feels like it's hitting a lot more people, but it's not as serious.
Yeah. What is
It's
it?
like the flu
Omicron,
Rona.
right?
The Omicron.
Yeah.
Well, how was
The
I
flu
calling
Rona?
it? What was I calling it earlier?
I don't know what
Dude, I thought it was like a transformer when they put it on.
Omicron.
I said the Omicron or what? I couldn't even say it right earlier. I was saying it all kinds of different ways. I always say words wrong. What did I say the other day?
You said
Audacity.
No, the
Audacity.
Audacity. And then he called Dr. Pepper Dr. Paper. I'm
That was in the spur of the moment. I don't call it Dr. Paper.
Don't burn them too bad.
He burns me all the time.
Yeah, I always give her a hard time.
Okay,
we do
so
it back and forth though.
She's like, I'm gonna get him.
Now it's my turn.
she has little notes right there. She's like, all right, what I got on him.
We have fun though. We die laughing all the time while just talking.
Yeah, man, you guys both seem like two balls of energy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I feel like it amplifies when we're together too.
Oh, for sure.
Because naturally, on my own, like I'm an outgoing, very happy, positive person, and same with her. But when we come together, it feels like we're just it even intensifies it even more. Yeah.
Have y'all met each other's family yet?
Yeah, definitely.
And what were they like? Oh man, not another one. Like,
no, they were
not like
they were happy.
Like another energetic person in their life. Like,
right. Yeah, no, they as far as her parents go, they liked me. Yeah. And even the dog liked me. And apparently the dog didn't like anybody.
Yeah. You know it's legit when
the dog likes you, you know that it's real. But and my parents, they really like her too. And you know, me personally, with my mom and then my life and with experience with girlfriends before, she has never liked any of them. She's the first one that she's actually liked. Right?
It was the hair.
And we're like the same height. I see eye to eye with his mom. She's like, hey, I see you.
She's like, yep, that's her.
So I heard you guys talking about, or you heard you talking about earlier. You guys met on TikTok, and you even said it yourself. It's not Tinder, but I mean, okay. How did that even go down? Like, were y'all collabing or what?
Yeah, was it a collab thing?
So we're in the same like group on TikTok, right? We're in like a group called the Most Wanted Kings and Queens.
Okay.
And so I found out that he like lived here in New Mexico, and there's not a lot of creators that live out here. So then I was doing my first meet and greet, and I asked Dizzie, I'm like, well, will you come to it? And he's like, yeah, for sure. So then he went, and we met up, and I was like, oh, damn, look at him. But he played it off. He was shy. Yeah. But he played it off. I thought he was not interested at all. We hung out all night long. I even took him home, and I got like a little side hug. I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. She thought I friend-zoned her.
Friend-zoned me. He like friend-zoned me from what I thought. Yeah. And I came home, and my mom's like, so how did it go with Dizzie? I'm like, leave me alone. Don't ask me about it. And so then later on, like, we still kept in touch as like friends. And I don't know, one day I asked him, well, do you want to collaborate again? And so he said yes. So we went to the park, we collaborated, and the whole time he kept getting called by like the girl that he was talking to. So I'm like, ooh, red flags. And I'm like trying to inch my way in.
Well, see, and what was crazy is I wasn't even dating that girl, and but I was seeing her.
Right.
I was talking to her, and I told her, I was like, well, Amanda Panda is going to be coming into town, and I'm going to collab with her, and then by the time you get off work, I'll go and meet up with you. I told her that,
Right.
Not even thinking that she was going to get all crazy about it.
Yeah, you were being like
honest.
upfront.
Yeah, upfront, genuine.
And so she right away was, oh, does she live with you? And I'm like, no, she doesn't live. Why would you ask me that question? And then she's like, so is that your chick? And I'm like, well, no, she's not my girl, but just where is this all coming from? Then I was like, oh, she's thinking a certain kind of way now. And then then she wouldn't stop calling when I was collabing with her, so I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb so that way we could film.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I had
And
no
then
idea.
you see her drive by.
Oh, I know, right?
Imagine.
Why aren't you answering no more?
But but definitely after that, and what I will say too is, as being a man, when you find the right woman, you will invest all your time into her. You will be all about her. You know what I'm saying? And you will want to be with her the whole nine, right? But if a man is not interested in a woman, he's not going to be. As simple as that. If he's not calling or texting back, that's because he's not interested in a woman like that. So I'm interested in her. She caught my interest and just our energy, everything that we got, and that's why I got with her. And I had been single for a little over a year, and then so when I came across her, like I said, the girl I was seeing before, I told her that I wasn't trying to date, I wasn't trying to go that route, that I wanted to be friends first, get to know somebody first, and I'm glad I did, because obviously the red flags came out.
Right.
You know what I mean? They came out waving.
And so a few days later, I messaged him. I was like, ooh, this is a way that I could text him, right? So I was like, so how are you and your girl doing, right? And he's like, first off, she was never my girl. And he's like, but I cut her off that day. So I'm like, oh, so when are you going to come see me in Clovis?
Yeah, no. She said, this is her exact text.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, things is what it is. And then she goes, so when are you going to come down to Clovis to collab with me and spend the night? She said, with a little winking face.
Hey.
The little face.
That's exactly how it went.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, matter of fact.
I'm on the way.
Yep, that's exactly how it went down.
And then he came down
And
it's history.
we've been together since.
That's great. So tell me a little bit about y'all's merch. I know you guys mentioned it a little bit. Let's go ahead and tell the citizens what it's all about. What's going on here? Yeah, that's
The Yellow City Citizens.
the Yellow City Citizens.
All right.
So we both have shirts and hoodies. So I went with the design with the Zia symbol for New Mexico. Is it on there? Oh, right there.
Yeah.
I went with the Zia. I have white logos too as well, and it says my name in the middle. Dizzie Locz has my screen name. And actually, fun fact, my cousin, he's one of the biggest graffiti artists in Albuquerque, and he did my logo for me. So
It looked clean, dude.
Yeah,
I saw the white one. I saw the white one. The white one looks.
Yeah, and then
that's.
Right.
You got to give me that
White
website.
And then here's the white one right there. Boom.
That's clean.
Yeah, and I'm wearing the shirt too as well. So, yep. And then so she has hers, and we're actually going to be coming out with different patterns too as well, different designs.
This one's mine.
Manda.
Yeah, it has
Official.
my handle on the bottom.
So that's just a toothpick in its mouth,
It's
right?
just- that's
No,
all it
we're in New
is.
Mexico. It's legal.
Oh yeah, we're in New Mexico.
We're in New Mexico.
Yeah,
No, it's
we're
in
a
Georgia.
medical state. Matter of fact, it's going to be recreationally legal in April.
I thought it was July.
I think it's
Is it
April.
April?
I think it's April.
Okay.
That's what we wanted to talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Go ahead. Go.
Because
go with that
we
one.
heard it was recreational, but when we went to the shop, they're like, "Oh, that's not till later."
Yeah,
Like,
no, it is it is recreational legal here, but they're not going to start selling in production for recreational use until April.
Yeah.
But so for now, you could.
For now, we
you
have to
could
go to
smoke.
Colorado still.
Yeah, that or grow it
Says
yourself,
Or get a friend.
or have
Get
a
a
friend.
friend.
Yeah.
Get
a
a
friend.
Get a friend.
Yeah, and honestly, the way I see it is, I looked at Denver, Colorado, for example, for this. their economy went up when they
Right.
turned recreationally legal.
Yeah.
And I feel like New Mexico, I feel like a lot of other states will too if they follow in that footsteps. They were comparing back in 2013 the recreational legalization of marijuana in America for Colorado. They were considering it close to the 1940s gold rush, but they were calling it the
Damn.
green rush.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I feel like that would really help our economy. I feel like the medicinal purposes that cannabis has, I feel like it's like a miracle drug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't even want to call it a drug because I feel like it's medicine.
Right.
You know what I mean? And even with CBD and stuff like that too. I mean, it helps out with a lot, you know. And just to see that it going recreationally legal too, I feel like it's going to help our economy. And we need it here. We need it here in
Yeah.
New Mexico. We're the poorest state, so.
Real quick, do you want to finish?
Yeah.
We kind of cut you off there.
Oh, my bad. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
her merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a toothpick in his mouth. No. Just So yeah, this is my merch. I've had it out for a little while, but we're gonna actually be designing like a new logo here pretty soon. I believe it's just gonna be like the outline, so it's gonna be like a hollow panda. It's gonna be like the same logo, but just the outline.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we're gonna probably
Little more-
enlarge
We're
it.
going to enlarge it, and we might throw a little Zia symbol on the cheek right there as a little tattoo or something, you know?
A little more modern. Okay.
Yeah.
And where can everybody get these at?
They could just honestly DM us on Instagram.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So my Instagram is MandaPanda638.
And then mine is _Dizzie2 Locz.
All right, guys. Get yourself some good merch.
Alright.
Support the fam.
Yeah, yeah.
Support the fam. And man, so it's just if you guys are branching out, and you guys mentioned movies earlier.
Yeah.
What kind of movie would you shoot?
Like a comedy.
Comedy?
Probably.
Comedy.
Y'all-
That's our specialty.
Y'all into the guys who made Beer Fest and
Yeah.
Super Troop?
Love those.
That would be the dream. Like how she was talking, just shoot with your friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That would be our goal
Well,
right there.
especially because we know so many creators now that
Yeah.
like we are creators ourselves.
Right.
So we know creators here in New Mexico that we could probably.
Oh
collaborate
shoot. Okay. So
and
there
do
used to not be that many, but now there's
There's
springing
a
up
few
a few.
There's a few
Yeah,
more, yeah.
there's a few more.
She's the biggest creator in the state. And I am not the second biggest, but I believe I am the third or fourth biggest.
I think it's the
Third?
isn't
I
it?
think it's the third or fourth. I can't remember because I know there's another chick. She's
Oh,
a
there
little bit
is
more.
that girl.
So I think I'm fourth.
Fourth.
I'm fourth. Yeah.
Okay, that second chick was the chick that.
Yeah. Hey, no, right? No, she didn't have a TikTok account.
Imagine.
Oh,
That's her goal.
man.
That's her goal.
I know, just to beat me in followers. Huh? She's like, I'm gonna show him.
I got more likes.
Right.
That's pretty cool. I mean, would y'all ever like that group that you are talking about, the Kings and Queens?
Yeah.
That's just all over the U.S., all over the globe?
over the
or-
world.
Over the globe.
Dang.
We have some members that are in the
England?
UK, right? Or England or UK?
England.
Yeah. Or is it the same
I
place?
think it's the
I
same.
get so confused.
I do too.
You can call it whatever.
And my American ass thinks that Britain's the same as London and England. And
Hey, at
UK.
least we know New Mexico is a state.
Right.
You know?
we're Americans. They'll be like, you guys are just, you guys have terrible education. It's
Right.
okay.
For real.
It seems that way. It seems like, holy moly. Like, I've seen a lot of videos, and they give, like, they'll show the flag, and it'll be, like, a person from Australia, and they'll name, like, 8 of them, and then they'll put an American. Is that
Seen
the
those.
Colorado?
I seen those videos, and you're like, wow.
No.
You're from there, bro. You
Yeah.
should know your states. Oh,
But, man, it feels weird. I wonder if that's even something that we can even fix nowadays. I mean, it feels like we're like 30th right now or something like that.
Right. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the old systems are going to have to change.
Yeah.
And that's not just with schooling. That's got to be with the judicial system, education, the whole nine. Well, and that's the thing here is we live in a society based on rules that were created from a long time ago, from like the 1950s,
Right.
1960s.
Right.
And did you know that here in New Mexico, it is illegal to spit on the floor?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Whoops.
No. But check this out.
Turn me in. Go
It's
ahead.
not a law that is enforced.
Yeah, right.
It's not enforced, but it was created back in like the early 1900s when New Mexico first became a state, because back then people walked around barefoot, and if people spit on the ground, those people could step on it and catch disease and infections and stuff. So that's why they made it illegal back at that time. But they never changed it, and it's still illegal.
I think Texas has a few of them. I know one of them is the windshield wiper one, where it's okay to not have a windshield, but if you don't have wipers, they'll ticket you, and that one is enforceable.
Right.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So if you don't have a glass, it doesn't matter. You gotta have those. You gotta have the
wipers.
So if you have the wipers and the glass is missing, like
you're
it's
good.
all good.
You're good. Wow. You're good, man. You're good.
What's it even gonna wipe? It's just gonna.
Yeah. I would just get those little, the Wiener Schnitzel antenna things that you put on.
Oh, the ones
that hold on to it. Yeah, I put those on my little wipers.
Oh yeah.
Be funny,
What's the local spots here, man?
Kelly's. Maybe Kelly's bar.
Kelly's.
I don't really go out much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stay.
Walmart.
We're homebodies. Yeah, Walmart. Yeah. We're homebodies. We like to chill.
Walmart, Albertsons.
Dollar store.
Okay, so all right, so I was right. I was right just to go to the McDonald's and just go back home. Damn, I thought you had like maybe some local places here that.
In Albuquerque, we
have a lot
spots,
in Albuquerque.
There's a lot.
Because I'm from Albuquerque.
Right.
Yeah, so
they have. I mean, our downtown in Albuquerque. There's the distillery, the library.
The library is historical, isn't it? Yeah. Because of Wild Hogs.
Yep, exactly. And there's a lot. There's a lot of pubs and brewery. There's a lot of microbreweries that have popped up in the last 10 years, I would say. And
you're all about that.
Yeah. Well, I used to.
Okay.
I used to be a big beer drinker. Now I'm more of a casual drinker. So.
It feels like a lot of those. Not to be rude, but it feels like a lot of the microbreweries and all that, they're a little too into the beer. Like they'll like talk about I can taste that you put this.
They're
this
beer connoisseurs.
Yeah,
like wine drinkers.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, bro, just get drunk with the rest of us. Come on.
You see them sniffing cocoa beans before they drink another beer. You're like, what are you doing?
100%, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, like honestly, we have a lot of local breweries that have really good local brew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, they have other beers too, but what is that? Santa Fe Brewing, I think that's what it's called. They have an IPA that's very popular throughout the whole state. So, and they have a little yellow strip on the can and it has a little Zia symbol. Yeah, they have a few, but the IPA was the original one, right? The original Santa Fe Brewing one.
Was it the one in the yellow can that has the Zia symbol?
Yes, that one. Yep, there was those ones.
Dizzie, so I apologize if this gets a little too serious.
Let's go for it.
But both of y'all come from Albuquerque, mm-hmm. and Albuquerque is kind of known as being kind of a pretty dangerous place. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, can you talk a little bit about that? Oh
yeah, definitely. A matter of fact, I am part of the statistics for the auto theft problem back in 2017, 2016, mm-hmm. when it was at its peak. I had caught in 3 different auto theft cases within a few months, and I got 2 of them thrown out, and I got convicted on one. And since I was an offender, a habitual offender from 2 other prior convictions, I went to prison finally. Right, no more probation, no nothing. Right, so I would say that Albuquerque is definitely a rough city. You mm-hmm. know, road rages is a big thing there. I mean, you cut somebody off, they could end up getting out of their car at the stoplight. I mean, you see fights all the time. Matter of fact, here's a fun little story right here.
The last time I went to Albuquerque.
Yeah, the last time she was in Albuquerque, we were at the Walmart on Carlisle and I-40.
We were at the Murphy's.
Yeah. The Murphy's gas station that's in the parking lot of Walmart. Yeah. And she needed to get gas, right? So as I'm leaving, and I was taking off, I was going to go home. But as I'm leaving, I see these guys shouting at each other. And so I pull up, and she's like, I wonder what he's doing. So she pulled up to me. I was like, watch, look, they're in a fight or something. Yeah. Well, that guy ended up pulling out a knife on the Murphy's worker.
Right there.
And they called the cops, and the cops rushed. They got there quick.
They got there super
And the guy that pulled out the knife was literally standing in the parking lot right next over, and just standing there nonchalant, like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
And then the pump that I was using wasn't working, so I had to go to the front to pay, right?
Yeah.
And I had no idea it was the clerk that was getting into it with this
Oh.
guy. So I'm like standing there waiting. I'm like, and the cops come and they're
Yeah.
interviewing him, and he's like, he pulled a knife out on me. I'm like, and I can't leave at this point. So
and you know, just growing up in Albuquerque, you know, I've been in a lot of fist fights. So I would say, like, you know, like a place like New York and the Bronx or somewhere like Philadelphia, like those kind of areas are been known for like a lot of people being knuckleheads growing up there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing with Albuquerque. And in fact, I think I'm not too sure on the facts on this, but I think for sure that Albuquerque has the most titles as far as MMA fighting go and boxing.
yeah, I think so.
They're not fighting, they're training out
Yeah,
there.
right. They're training, right? But yeah, so yeah, definitely, it is a rough city to grow up in, and it's definitely a place that you don't want to. Okay, so the war zone would probably be the number one spot you don't want to be at night.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure, and even during the day. Like,
Are we allowed to know what that place? Like,
Yeah,
can we,
yeah. The war zone, it's also known as nowadays as the International District.
Nobody calls it that.
But
though.
nobody
They
calls
still
it. Okay.
Call
Yeah.
it the war
Yeah,
zone.
Alright.
it's still called the war
If
zone.
you call it the international, they're gonna throw you under.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now
Yeah, exactly.
we're gonna show you why it's called the war zone.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the war zone definitely lives up to the name. You know, and back in the 80s and 90s, there was a lot of gang fights and a lot of, like, you would hear automatic weapons and stuff. You always hear gunshots, and there's a lot of drugs, there's prostitution, there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of crime, so it definitely lives up to the name.
And you just drive through there and you could see all of it.
Yeah, you could see all
You
of
could
it.
see all of
And then the South Valley, that would be another place that's, you know, like pretty hood too. And you would think, like, in other states, like, the valleys are usually the nicer areas, right? Like the more preppier areas.
I don't know. This guy, I think his family's from.
The valley in
Yeah.
Texas.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. It
Yeah.
has
It's all
some
right.
states.
So yeah, because the South Valley and North Valley in Albuquerque are like more hood though.
yeah.
The North Valley, not so much.
The North Valley, it depends but if you're like more in Brewtown or all the way in the North Bay, yeah, you're gonna roll through the hood. But the North Valley is a lot nicer, and they have well, I can't say a lot nicer because they have mansions and stuff in the South Valley too.
Yeah.
But it just really depends the area. You know what I mean? Like the Heights, it used to be like
Oh,
a
but
very
the
nice
Valley
area,
is
but
still real good.
now it's like it's kind of gone more infested with crime. Street racing is also something that's very popular right now.
Well, I mean, that's kind of that's kind
Yeah.
of cool. I mean,
The street racing is cool. You know, I did my fair share of street racing, and I think it's fun. So, have you seen that Cobalt outside?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have it boosted and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
He
fast.
scares me all the time in it.
Yeah, she was like, I was like, what, you want to see me catch it? Because there was a Ford Raptor. we're going to that dinner in Santa Fe, and he passed us, and he's
Yeah.
flooring it, and he's way up there. I can't even tell you how far he was. He was way up there. I was like, watch, I'm gonna catch up to him and pass him. And she was like, really? And I was like, yep. So I downshifted
And I
to
grabbed
fourth,
the door.
and I took off, and I legit caught up to him and passed him
Like nothing.
like nothing.
Are you a big car guy?
Yeah, I would say I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to kind of put my car project on hold until I get things rolling with my business and whatnot. But definitely, once I get the wheels turning, I'm definitely gonna go buy a bigger turbo and stuff for it.
Okay. What about dream car? You got.
Man.
What would it be like? I'm a magic genie, and you get. I only
I'm a
grant
magic
cars.
genie.
I only for some reason I only
Car.
give cars. For
Oh,
some I
man.
don't know.
I would say my dream car would be a 1970 Monte Carlo.
So you like American cars?
Yeah, I love America. Well, I love all cars, really,
Yeah.
to be honest, because there's some pretty fun cars that are imports too. I even had a Land Rover one time, and that thing was badass. Like I'm not even kidding. You would go over like a bunch of bumps in like the terrain or whatever, and
Wouldn't feel a thing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't feel a
What?
thing. Yeah.
That's probably why. See, I always wondered why Land Rovers were so crazily
Yeah.
expensive.
Right.
And to be honest, they're not ideal to buy here in
Yeah.
America because if it breaks, it's so expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
you
so
gotta get
expensive. And the
parts.
parts are hard to find.
Yeah.
So yeah, because my Land Rover, I had a Discovery too, and when that thing, I think the some line that goes to the airbag suspension broke, and it doesn't just take power steering because that's what it was. It was a line that activates their active cornering enhancement, I think it's called. And so what it is it gives your wheels an extra turn. So if you're in a tight spot,
Right,
give it
right.
that extra turn so you can really go sideways and get out of it. So yeah, but that was very expensive. They wanted like $3,000 to fix it. And I was like, yeah,
keep the car.
yeah. I was like, this is goners now. But yeah, a 1970 Monte Carlo would be my ultimate favorite vehicle, and I would make it more like a muscle car. I wouldn't have it like a lowrider. I wouldn't have it like, you know, big rims on it. I would make it like a muscle car, and then put a Corvette engine in it, soup it up.
Amanda, do you have a car? Do you have any, or you're not really? You don't really.
I'm not really.
As long as it takes me to, or
Yeah. I like Scions, like the really boxy Scions.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
even
what I was
know
gonna say.
what
You
year.
wanted a Scion.
I do.
I don't know if that
really
was your
want a
dream car,
Scion.
but you
It's-
really wanted a Scion.
Well,
I guess it would be a dream car then.
it's reachable.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, so is a Monte Carlo.
That's true.
So yeah, I guess so. Then hers would be a Scion. One of the, what are they? Scion TC.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm just like the
she likes the
boxy
little
one.
sport one, the little sports car
Yeah.
coupe one. That they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's two-door.
Yeah, it is two-door.
It's two-door. I really like it.
Yeah, simple.
Just
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, I look at cars like that too.
Yeah.
I like, as long as they can get me to point A, point. And
Exactly.
honestly, like a lot of guys are just like, dude, come on, look at these cars. I'm like, yeah, but
Yeah, no, everybody's into what they're
Right.
into, you know. Like I know a lot of guys they're more into luxury. They want Mercedes and Beamers and stuff like that.
man, there's this guy.
And me, I don't care. I don't give a shit about the luxury part. Mine is more for speed, and you know what I mean. So, and don't get me wrong, there is some fast Mercedes, there is some fast Beamers. I've raced a few, but my thing is I like American muscle, and I do have a thing for tuner cars. I really do. Like another car that I would like to get would be a Supra. The Mach 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I don't
Super
care.
Mach 4 would be
I don't really
badass.
care about cars, but when he said that one, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I like that one.
And they're expensive, man. They're like $100K for
Yeah.
all stock one.
Really?
And they're like a 1996 or some shit like
No
that.
way.
Yeah.
$100,000.
You know what kind of car it
for a
is?
car.
Yeah.
Buy me a
It's
house,
the
like, a
right.
trailer. Two of them.
It's the car that's in Fast and the Furious,
Yeah,
the first one.
about to say.
The one that races at the end.
Oh. Okay.
The one that, not the one that wrecks, but the
The
one
other
that
one.
Paul Walker was driving. Yeah, that
It's
one.
the one that they all get together and
Yeah.
make, right? Yeah.
Yep, that one.
What happened to that car? Wasn't it all jacked up?
I think they no, I think somebody no, I'm thinking of a
was it?
replica they had. So somebody made a replica of that car. And they also made a replica of the car from Fast and the Furious 2, the Skyline,
Which one was that?
the
black or gray one?
R34,
It
the
was gray
silver
and
and yeah, gray and blue.
Gray and blue. Okay.
It was
yeah,
the one
yeah.
that he raced in the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that one. Those cars are badass too. I wouldn't mind having one of those either. R34 would be badass.
Have you guys ever been in a Tesla?
No.
No,
I
I
heard
raced
they're
one.
crazy.
I raced one.
Yeah.
I raced one, and I'm not even gonna lie. That thing kept up with me. They're fast.
Whoa, what?
He
Okay,
kept up with me. He kept up with me for
yeah.
a minute, and then I gained on him. But still, though,
Damn.
I was still
Beat it?
yeah, and he was stock, and mine souped up. So, yeah,
Damn,
His
dude,
car
that's-
is fast.
I heard those things are ridiculous.
They are.
Like, I mean,
They're
what? It's
ridiculous
like
fast.
because it's just an electric thing. It just goes. It's
Yeah.
not like a gas engine where it's
exactly.
gotta
It's all torque.
build up. Yeah.
It has all that torque just to rip on the road and take off.
Well, let's get on a subject
Oh,
that
right,
maybe
right.
Amanda
okay.
Amanda can get into.
I know. I'm like, hold on.
I'm like looking at her. I'm like, damn. I trust me. I don't know what else. I don't know much about cars either.
Who was the person that you met that you were like starstruck over?
Starstruck?
Like you've been meeting new people since.
Oh yeah.
You've become
guys told me
yeah.
that.
So Baby Joker from Next Friday. I wasn't like crazy starstruck. It was more like, oh wow,
this is
that's
badass.
so cool.
Yeah.
But like Dogface, when he followed me for the first time, I was like,
For
holy
real.
shit. And I started like tearing up. I'm like, Dogface, Mom, he drank cranberry juice. She's like, he drank cranberry juice. I'm like, check him out. She's like, oh yeah, I've seen him. And she's like, why are you crying? I'm
He
like,
follows me.
he followed me.
We're friends on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he followed my backup account, and it was like,
Right.
okay.
Okay.
And he
Yeah.
follows me too, and he follows our collab account because
Yeah.
because originally I had
And
two
then
accounts, but we made it into one account.
Yeah. And then there was a point on TikTok where like everybody's followers, do you remember everybody's followers went to like 0 and everybody's likes went to 0
remember that.
for like a whole day.
Yeah, I was
And
tripping.
so I figured, I was like, Dogface, I should message him because nobody's going to message Dogface now that everybody's like likes and stuff are at 0. So I messaged him and I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And he's like, oh, they're fucking with us again. I'm like, really? And I still have the messages. And he's like, they just don't let us shine. And he sent me a gif of a black guy in church getting it. I'm like, oh.
That's what's up.
So, yeah, that was...
Yeah, he's even jumped on our lives, too.
Oh, he'll get in our lives and he'll be like, all right, who's ready? Drive by live, and he'll just drop gifts.
He dropped $100 on me.
Drive by gifts, and he just drops
Mad
all
money
kinds
on
of
you.
money.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do that on live.
We make money on the lives when
Okay.
they gift us. And we do, like, of course, like, if we want to, give back, for the gifters, we'll put up a hoodie for a top gifter.
Yeah,
at the
so
end
we
of the
call
live-
it a top gifter giveaway.
Yeah.
And so we'll keep showing the live, oh yeah, well look, this is like what we have, and whoever gifts the most. So you could gain anywhere from like $50 to like $200-$300 on just one live.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I might need to get this app.
And then since our accounts are above 100K, they gave us access to some special, I guess, features on the app. So we now have access to live video gifts. Or not live video gifts, video gifts. And same thing as a live gift, but instead they can gift you straight to your video in their comment section.
They could just comment money.
Yep,
Yeah.
they could
You don't have to
comment
go
you
live.
$1, $2 or whatever. Yeah, you don't have to go live. And then also tips. So we have a little red icon on our main profile, and it's in red, and you click on it, and people could actually give us money straight to our bank accounts. And TikTok doesn't take half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
On the lives, they take half.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but on the tips, it's just like directly
Yep.
it goes to you.
So that's pretty cool.
But then we also get paid on like our video views.
Yeah.
So we're in like the creator fund, what it's called, is what it's called. And so you get paid, I don't know how much it is.
It's only a few cents a video, but if
Of you.
Yeah, of you. I mean of you. And
I was about to say a video. Whoa.
I know, right? We better start putting them out. But yeah, no. So if you were to average it out, 100K views is $20. About $20. Yeah. Little.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
I just
Like
put
if you were to
put
like break
videos.
it down and do the
Yeah.
math on it, it averages out to about $20 every 100K views.
100K views.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's like it's one of those
I feel
things.
like it's more than that because I used
It
to get
could
paid
be.
That feels a
It
little.
could be
feels a
more.
little rough.
It
yeah.
could be more than that,
I
honestly.
feel like it's more than
That was
that.
just a rough estimate.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, because like I was telling somebody earlier, I was making anywhere from $1,800 to $2K a month, just off of going live and the Creators Fund.
So how does y'all's taxes get a little weird, right?
You know, I haven't filed. I haven't even tried.
Cut the camera.
I haven't tried because we haven't received our W-2 forms
Yeah,
from
we haven't got
TikTok
that
yet.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, so it's
And
like,
honestly, I don't
we
even know if they're W-2s. I think they're W-9 forms, aren't they?
something
Yeah,
like
there
that.
has to be
like
something a
that.
little different.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we signed it, but I haven't received anything. Like they have my address and everything, but I
Yeah.
haven't received.
Yeah. So until then, I'm just gonna go and hand it to the tax guy that I have
Yeah.
and be like, "Here you go."
Yeah, I
don't know
don't
what to
know
do
what
with
to do.
Yeah, y'all be careful on that because I know
Yeah.
they're man. There's certain things that you don't mess around with.
Right.
The
Oh,
war
yeah.
zone and the IRS.
Yeah, exactly. And the IRS will get their money. They
They
will.
will.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, man. When even criminals are scared of the IRS,
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So you were talking about, and I thought this was pretty cool, man. It seems like you're really passionate about this, about prisoners, criminals, and all that. Is it more like because of family, and you've seen it happen to you in front of you,
Yeah.
and that's why you're really passionate. And
So
what's it about?
So me personally, I'm a felon. I'm a 3-time felon.
Right.
I did 2.5 years in New Mexico State Prison. So, my whole life, I hustled, I sold drugs, I did good my whole life doing that lifestyle though. And then when I hit about the age of 25 or 24, I started my own electronic cigarette retail shop. And I was trying to change my life. I wanted to have a good, something good, you know what I mean? And not sell drugs anymore. And well, I ended up losing my business because I did it the wrong way. I took shortcuts with my business, and well, when you don't do things the right way, sometimes it fails, right? And so I went and got like into a depression, and then I started using the drugs I was selling, and I ended up getting strung out on heroin and meth. And from there, I lost everything. One by one, I started losing everything from material things that I owned to custody of my daughter, to my own house, my own vehicles, everything. I lost everything, all the way down to including my freedom. And so being at the lowest point in my life, and being strung out on the streets, I was stealing. I was stealing people's trucks. I was doing a bunch of stuff like that, robberies, all of that. And I finally got caught. And when I got caught, I went to jail. And you would have thought I would have learned my lesson, right? Mm-hmm. But I got out and I went right back to stealing trucks and
same day,
to rob things. Yeah, same day. And then I ended up getting another auto theft case, and that one was crazy. That one, I had the police helicopter on me and everything in a high-speed pursuit, and I had gotten set up by the auto theft unit in Albuquerque, and my criminal complaint was like that thick when I went to jail.
Is that now? I don't know much about this, so
he got the 5 stars on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I got the 5 stars on Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, basically.
There we go. That's the best way you can tell me.
So the criminal complaint is basically like the report that the police wrote about you and the crime and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was pretty big. They're like, we had to call the Bernalillo County Eagle 1 to come and assist and all kinds of stuff. And so I ended up getting arrested. I caught 5 felonies on that case. And believe it or not, that case and the case prior to that got thrown out because the police didn't show up to court and the victims didn't show up to court.
Whoa. Okay.
But I also stole people's vehicles that lived out of state. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why they didn't
Smart
show
man.
up, right? I was playing chess this whole time.
That's got a Texas license plate.
Let's go for that.
The thing was, and being an ex-car thief, a lot of, I was targeting hotels because people would leave their valuables in there. And, Ford F-250s were so easy to steal. I literally could steal one in 10 seconds. That's popping the door lock.
We're not going to show you how.
Yeah. Ain't doing a tutorial or anything, but yeah, it's ridiculous how fast you can steal them, right? That's why Albuquerque had like a really bad auto theft problem. And so, so from there, getting locked up, I did a lot of reflecting on my life. So the third auto theft case I caught, that's when I was stuck in jail. I couldn't get out. And from there, I got clean. I kicked all the drugs. And I did a lot of self-reflecting on my life. Realized that it wasn't the end of my life because my mentality at that point in my life, that it was the end of my life. And I was only going to see death after that. I didn't see a future, And so whenever I was locked up, I got healthy. I started working out. I was talking to my family again. I was rebuilding myself again from scratch. And when I got out of prison, I made some promises to myself. I said that I'm not going to let my negative experience just be a negative, that I want to turn it into a positive. So that's what I do on my lives and stuff. I show my picture of what I looked like when I was strung out. I tell them my story. And in return, it helps a lot of other people that are in my, that are addicts in recoveries too, And then, I just happened to get on TikTok one day, and that's how I ended up with going that route. But I managed to get my high school diploma when I got out of prison. I managed to buy a vehicle. I managed to be a good father again. I managed to be a good son to my parents again. And I didn't even think of all of this, right, of what I was really doing, right? I was just so focused on doing the right thing and not getting in trouble that I was like tunnel vision with it. And one day I decided to post a picture of me when I was strung out, and I put it on a video on TikTok, and it blew up. And a lot of people tripped out, and like all the comments I was reading, it made me realize that I did something amazing. And I was like, wow, I didn't even realize I did something amazing. I'm over here just thinking I want to stay out, you know, and I want to do good for my life. So, from there, I was like, you know, I got to just keep this going, and I got to continue to hope to inspire other people out there. And with the program that I was talking about earlier, basically all it is a program that would be filled with case managers, and they would manage cases of felons. So when they first get out of prison, they come to this facility. This facility employs them, right, to work at the facility. So that's one of the biggest weights on a convict's shoulders when they get out of prison.
Right, finding a job,
yeah. Because you got 45 days to find employment.
Oh, they give you a time limit?
Yeah, you got 45 days to find employment, or they lock you back up. But the only way you could also keep from getting locked up is you could do community service. But who wants to do freaking community service?
Yeah.
You know, you want to make money, you want to make a living, you know. So, but yeah, that's basically it on how I got to where I am now, and I realized that I have a mission in life and a purpose in life, and I know I could be an advocate for other felons out there. And the way I see it is, the system is so corrupted that they wouldn't, they wouldn't want to fund me for my program because it would dent their pockets.
Right.
Because $1,800 a day to house an inmate.
Yeah, when I heard you say that, I was just like, man,
$1,800 per inmate. So
yeah, why would you even wanna ever let them out? You know?
Exactly. You figure 56 to 60 people in a pod. So 1,800 times 50, 60 people. Wow. And that's just one pod, and there's 5 housing units, you know what I mean? 5 pods in each housing unit, so it's a lot of money. Yeah. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Growing up in a city like that, Amanda, how was it for you? I mean, like,
I got into drugs.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, at a young age. I was like 15 years old, and I started doing meth just because it was handed to me by one of my so-called friends. Yeah. And I was on and off it for years, for like 4 years before it was like, I can't do this. And my sisters were telling me like, oh, you're going to die by the age that you hit 18. And I mean, they were trying to figure out a way to talk to me to where it's like, I don't need this. They went about it in the wrong way. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I used that. And I was like, no, I'm not. And so I went back to school because I dropped out of my senior year for 6 months. And I went back to school and I graduated on honor roll clean. And so once I had my daughter and everything, I completely kicked it, and I haven't looked back.
Did Breaking Bad have a lot to do with the meth in Albuquerque, or nah, not really?
Honestly,
later on, like, I feel like it got the younger crowd.
Yeah, I would say that. But no, meth has always really been big in New Mexico. Really been big. Since I was a kid, I've known for bikers and all of them having crank and stuff like that. It wasn't so much in the Latino communities back in the day. It was more like in like the white communities. And but yeah, since Breaking Bad did come out, it seemed like a lot of people wanted to influence
that I went to high school with that were looking at me like, oh, she's a drug addict. Later on, they started picking it up. Yeah. And so I feel like Breaking Bad had a lot to do with it.
Damn. And meth is one of the it's not an easy one to quit.
Only 2% of users get clean.
Yeah.
And we're part of the 2%.
Yeah, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
I mean, how was it not to bring back bad
No,
memories,
we're open to talking about this.
How was it? Like, what are the withdrawals? I mean, are they pretty severe, or is it kind of...
it was intense for me, just maybe because my body is so little, and like, I don't know.
It's like mental withdrawal too. Like, it's like have you ever had anxiety to where you feel like you want to jump out of your skin?
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's like that. Like, and mine was a mixture because I had heroin and meth in my system. So I was
heroin is probably even worse, right?
I would say physically, as far as your body goes, yeah. Mentally, meth is worse.
So you were being attacked from both fronts.
Yeah, definitely. And like the withdrawals from heroin, it's like you get everything from diarrhea to constipation, the whole nine. Because opioids actually give you constipation. And so your stomach gets messed up, your intestines get messed up, while you're on it. So when you get clean, when you're kicking, it all comes out, you know, and you're sweating, anxiety. Like, picture this feeling. Picture you have too much energy to sit down and lay down and relax, but yet you don't have enough energy to stand up and stay up. Like, it's like that. It's like you're caught in between. You're not comfortable whatsoever. And it hurts.
That was for like months or weeks or
Mine was for like 2 weeks that I went through it, and I was like telling my mom I hate you and I can't stand you because she kept me in my house. Yeah. I didn't go through rehab. My mom did it. My mom did it all. Damn. She watched me.
Chancla and all.
She was sitting in the bathroom with me while I showered, everything. Yeah. And it was messed up that I had to put her through that. Yeah. But now I thank her every single day. Like, thank you for doing that.
She got you back on track.
I was 65 pounds when I got dropped off at my mom's. Yeah, I was 65
she was at a young age doing her drugs.
I was living out of my car. Like, I was with the guy that I was with, my high school sweetheart. We had to split ways because together we were just... It was bad. It was.
He was also into it?
Yeah, and we were robbing people and stuff like that.
Doing
it was
all kinds
bad.
of stuff, yeah.
Slashing tires. I slashed his parents' tires. I would never do that. Like, soberly, and they kicked us out of their house, and I went and I slashed their tires. Like, that's something you don't do, you know? Like,
Is that something when you're just... on that, it just makes sense, or what? Or,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, because
like, if something makes you so upset, you will go above and beyond to make yourself feel better about it.
Yeah, and I would even hallucinate on the meth.
Oh, me too.
I remember one time I had a friend come over, right, and he came to buy some from me, and while we were in my living room, he's like facing me, and like the kitchen window is behind him, right? So he kept on going like that, and in my mind, he was signaling somebody. So I pulled out my 357 on him, and I scared the life out of him. Yeah.
I remember even me and my friend, we were sitting in her car and just hanging out, smoking a cigarette, and I could hear her talking smack under her breath. So I looked at her and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You want to go now?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "No, fuck you." And she's like, "I didn't even say anything." I'm like, "Let's go outside."
Oh man,
you better watch out. She might be related to that.
There is a lot of. Oh, I know. There is a lot of audio hallucination on meth, I would say, because I would hear things too. Like I was telling her when I was in the county jail. I was laying down in my cell, and I was kicking methadone, and I was also kicking meth. And while I was in my cell, I could hear people saying, is he this, is he that? Now, in my mind, I'm hearing Dizzie this, Dizzie that. So I got mad. I got out of my cell, and I went to the tier, and I yelled at everybody, if anybody got a problem with me, come here right in the cell. You guys want to say my name and talk shit? Well, come on up here. Yeah. And they're like, "No, you're tripping, bro. You're tripping." But that's what the drugs do to you, you know?
I've watched trash cans walk. I stopped my car. I stopped my whole car, right? And my friend's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm waiting for these trash cans to cross the road." She's like, "You're kidding." I'm like, "Dude, they're crossing right now. I'm not going to hit them."
Yeah. And mind you, I have taken hallucinogens a lot in my life too, because me and her were both in the rave scene when we were young. We didn't even know that about each other when we first met. When we talked later on,
we're in the same
circle.
group of people.
Yeah. You guys just turned a little bit more. Y'all would have seen each other earlier.
Exactly. Even where we're from.
Maybe that's a good thing that y'all didn't meet each other so early.
Yeah, maybe it was, and that's what I was telling her. Maybe we both had to learn lessons and go through what we went through.
But it seems like we lived like the same life at different times.
Yeah. Like we've even had, and this is crazy, we've even had similar experiences in our life, like that's happened in her own life and that's happened in my own life growing up, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like, we're even from the same place, the North Valley in Albuquerque.
Yep.
It's crazy.
You know, in the rave scene and everything. I mean, the list goes on. You know, we were right next to each other this whole time and didn't even know it.
And it's probably all for the best that y'all met. So it's a little later in life.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, who knows? Who knows if y'all had met during that time? I mean...
we would have been so toxic.
Right, and I will admit...
like, you fucking bitch.
You leave those trash cans alone.
And I'll admit, you know, being a younger man, like, you know, my maturity level wasn't there, you know, as far as where I'm at now.
Yeah.
You know, so I wouldn't have been able to.
I was a lot more selfish back in the day.
Yeah.
Like before I had my daughter, I was selfish. I didn't care. I really didn't.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think about everybody before myself now.
Yeah, it's growing up. It's part of growing up, and then also too, like, I've learned. See, I've always been the type of friend that I would go out of my way and help everybody, and if they asked me for help, I couldn't say no. And I finally reached a point in my life where I could say no to somebody and be like, oh, it is what it is. I'm sorry, but, you know, I'm not in no position to help you. You know what I mean? And some people, they don't care. They'll say that you're their friend, and just so that way they could get something from you. Whether it's a ride, whether it's even a cigarette every day from you.
A free hoodie.
Yeah, free hoodie.
Has that happened with the popularity? More people, hey man, we used to do this.
Yeah. Do you remember me? And it's like, I haven't seen you since kindergarten. What do you mean?
even some ex-girlfriends from high school have oh my god, I haven't seen you in forever. I was just thinking about you the other day, and I'm like, oh really? How convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Does that feel like? I mean, it's got to feel super fake, right? All the time, every time that happens.
Yeah.
Even with family too.
Yeah.
Like family that I don't talk to, they're like, "Oh my god, look." They commented on his. Oh well, that's so and so. Hi, Amanda, and it's like. Yeah. You hated me when I was growing up.
All of a sudden, you love
me. You called me so many different names when I was like 12 years old. What do you mean? Really? It's crazy.
But yeah, like some people definitely from the past are like, "Oh hey, what's up? We need to kick it."
Even
and
people that
they didn't
I
even
like
think about hitting us up before.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, people that I had problems with, they're like, "We were best friends, don't you remember?" I'm like,
oh,
no, I remember I beat your ass in middle school. Like, no, we were.
It's like, remember
friends.
I kicked your ass in the lunch line? Yeah, you try to take cuts. Remember I gave you that?
Yeah, really.
Oh man, and that's funny actually. So that actually happened, but not with TikTok. This is similar situation though. I went to school with this guy, right? That ended up being a sergeant at the county jail I was at, and I whooped his ass. We were in the lunch line, right? And he goes to jump in front of me while I'm waiting for my lunch. I'm only 12 years old at this time. And he goes, hey, let me take cuts. I said, no. I said, I'm about to be next, bro. You go to the back of the line. And he goes, oh, you're just a bitch. And he pushed me. And when he pushed me, I turned around and whack, and knocked him out. I knocked him on his ass. And the principal came right away and grabbed me, you know what I mean? The security guards or whatever. And after that, they took me to the office, right? And they called my dad. And my dad shows up. And he's like, who started it? And then they go, well, that other guy pushed him, and he punched him back. And he goes, oh, okay. And he's like, so you won, huh? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, you want to go to Blockbuster? Let's go get some Denny's. Right in front of the principal.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like most of us guys we'd be like that.
Oh,
if you want, we can take a break real quick.
Can we?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh, we'll be
right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Be right back.
All right.
And we're back.
I think it's this.
Take two.
Take two.
Hold on, I got something for this. Hold on.
All right.
Oh yeah, look, check it out.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Take two. Oh
Take
yeah.
two.
All right, and we're back. And this episode is sponsored by My Randef with Crystal. Follow the link in the description. Get your skin right. Cool. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. Now you had a question for them.
I had a question. What was it like meeting MC Magic?
Oh, it was amazing.
Whoa! What? Y'all should have told me. You should have told me earlier. What?
Oh, I met MC Magic, so I wasn't with Dizzie then. But he's so humble. He's so nice and everything. He was teaching me about Shopify. He was trying to show me about Shopify to get my merch up. And so, but just talking to him and being able to conversate with him about, like, when I was a kid, I always felt it in myself that, like, I was supposed to be somebody, or I'm supposed to be somebody. It's a feeling that you get. And I talked to him about it. I'm like, since I was young, my parents used to put me in talent shows and beauty contests and stuff like that. And I just always had it in my heart and in my soul that I was meant to be somebody. He's like, you explained my childhood. that's exactly how I felt. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So no, he's real sweet. And he'll sit there and conversate with you. I was talking to him in his hotel room, shoes off. He was chilling. I'm like, damn, this is cool. But it was like bucket list for sure.
You even had him do a headstand, didn't you?
Oh yeah, we challenged each other at a headstand, and he beat me. He was like moving his feet all different ways, and I'm sitting there shaking because I'm nervous. Oh my goodness! But we had fun.
Yeah, that must have been badass.
Yeah, it was.
I
still
figured,
talk to him all the time.
Yeah, growing up, that's all I would listen to, MB Riders and shit like that. It was like a dream, like music-wise and stuff.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
because I get a like Chicano vibe from y'all.
So. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Shit, I remember back in the day we would have the MC Magic on the radio on our voicemail.
Right.
And then
all
be all,
the time.
"What's up? You hit up Dizzie Locz."
Yo, you reached it up.
For real.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, I gotta ask y'all the hard question. What's the best Selena song?
The best Selena song?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. What's y'all's top? There's no wrong answers, guys.
Oh man, you go first, baby.
I like Como la Flor.
I know that. You know what's
Solid.
crazy is that's
You
the
were
same
there?
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like Como la
I
Flor.
love that one too.
It's kind of crazy how, like, I don't know. It feels like she was the one that was gonna break us in, and then like
Right.
I don't know.
Took it away from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, there's a lot of, like, I guess, legends, you could say, that got their life taken short,
Yeah.
and they're still the greatest of all time.
What do they call it? The 24 Club or 20? They call
There's
it.
there's a 24 club.
Is it
I think.
24?
I think
Yeah.
it is.
There's like a lot of rock
So,
stars that
yeah.
died
Like
at that age.
what was his name? Jim Morrison from the Doors.
Yeah, there you go.
He was one of them.
Also, the singer for what's that band? The Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Nirvana. Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. I think he's also. On that
He's
one.
on that list. Tupac's on that list.
Tupac's on it.
Yeah, Tupac was 24 when he died.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so it's crazy. It's kind of crazy to look back on it and think, man, he was young, huh? Like,
Right.
but yeah, he was 20. He was part of the 24 club, and I think Biggie was too. I think all of them were.
Really?
I think so. I don't know about Biggie. I know Tupac was like 24 when he died.
I'll have to look it up.
That's right. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Well, once you pass, once we all pass 24, we'll all look past
Right.
this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm past 24, so I'm good.
I've been past 24.
Well, you don't look it, sir. You don't look it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Because some people try to troll me and talk shit in the comments on
There, he looks 40.
that I look like 40 something.
Dang.
years
And I
old.
look 15.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
she looks
no,
15.
I'm
They try to hate
26.
on us
Yeah.
because of whatever. They're jealous or whatever. But it's like, I'm barely 6 years older than her. It's not. I barely got out of my 20s.
And being content creators, both genders. Pretty sure you guys seen it. Go up and down both ways. So I mean, are those stereotypes true? Like it is not to take anything away from you.
Yeah.
But if you are a woman and you look great on the eye, I mean, it's gonna be a little easier. Or do you think that still rings right now, or do you think because there's so many of them, you got to have a little something extra to step out of the
And this
the
is
masses.
one thing that I noticed about this. So, if a woman is highly attractive, right, people will follow her. Like men will follow her, right? Just because she's attractive. They won't even watch their content. They'll just watch, follow them or whatever, just because they're pretty.
Right.
And but their likes will be super low. Like their followers will be super high, but they'll have like super low likes.
Yeah.
And people that are, I guess, and this is the way it is on this app. People that have really good content and they're really funny, but they're not so attractive, they'll have a shitload of likes, but a lot
hardly
less
any
followers.
followers.
Yeah, and it's really weird like that. And I feel like me and Amanda both kind of like the way we are because we're humble. You know what I mean? Like we don't go and think, oh, like I look this way and we're better. We don't look at it like that. We're humble. We love everybody. We want everybody to laugh and that's our intentions. And so our likes and our followers, I feel like average out pretty good.
I think so.
I think they are like right in that medium,
I just hit 5 million likes.
Yeah,
I'm
she hit
serious.
5 million likes. And I just went up to 2.6 million.
During the break.
Yeah. Yeah, even our own collab account that we started, we went up all the way to 50,000 followers.
In 2 weeks?
And about 2 weeks in a day or something like that.
Do y'all see yourselves in the future? I know a lot of content creators, they either... it was always LA, but now it seems like it's Austin now. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you guys would ever consider, like being closer to content? Or you guys are just perfectly okay being just here on y'all's own?
I mean... What we want to do, like in the near future, is get an RV. This way we could live anywhere.
Yeah.
We could just
Nice.
experience.
Yeah, I mean, either that or you know, who knows? Because we know that at the end of the day, this is our lives. You know what I mean? And we do have a family. You know, I have my daughter. She has her daughter. And so we do have a family, you know. So it just depends what the future beholds and what would be convenient for our girls, you know. And also convenient for us. But we don't worry about that because honestly, everything that we do right now, it's all like just happening at a steady pace. And we're comfortable. We're both comfortable with it. You know what I mean? And we can only see that as we progress, that we will end up in those positions too. Who knows? We could be we don't know how the future goes. You know, so many opportunities have opened up just from TikTok that, you know.
Does it blow your mind sometimes when you like think about it?
It does, yeah.
It really does.
And like she was saying that she felt like, so me and her are like I'm like the guy version of her, she's the girl version of me, right? But at the same time, we're a lot on the opposite level of the spectrum too, though. So like she was saying that she was always in talent shows and she always felt like she was supposed to be somebody. I was the opposite. I always felt like I was nobody, nothing. Like, you know what I mean? I felt the exact opposite. And I didn't have no talent. She was an honor roll student. You know what I mean?
All through school.
I was happy if I got a D-.
With math and all, man.
Yeah, math was my strongest.
Yeah, and I had F's and D's. You know, I was never a good student. I had ADHD really, well, not had, I still have it. Yeah. But my ADHD was really bad when I was a child and I couldn't concentrate. Like I would read a sentence and I would legit forget as I'm reading. So by the time I got to the end of the sentence, I wouldn't know what the hell I read. You know what I mean? So it was so bad and I'd get distracted so easy.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that got frustrating, right?
Yeah, yeah, it did. And it's because at that time, when I was a kid, the teachers were like, no, why don't you get it? They're getting frustrated.
Yeah.
And my parents were getting frustrated and it just really discouraged me in school, right? So I never felt like I felt like I was there for no reason. I felt like I was here for no reason, that I didn't matter, you know what I mean? And, but apparently everybody around me in my life saw something in me that I didn't. And I didn't find my purpose and I didn't see, like I said, I didn't see how amazing what I was doing or who I was until people told me, you know? So I think that's what's dope, and that's what has gotten me in the mindset to keep moving forward. And now that I have her in my life with me and we have our family, you know, I see the sky is not even the limit. You know what I mean? We could do so much, you know?
Oh yeah. Well, I got one more thing because you guys you mentioned that you both have a family, kids, right? You have a daughter. You have a daughter.
Yeah.
And then going back to that story, how it felt like, you know, and just a few years ago, if you were a kid who was struggling, you were kind of fucked because like it was like nobody really cared if you had ADHD. Nobody cared. I mean, dyslexia was kind of getting in there because of like some of the shows they would but other than that, like it would be seen as like you're just lazy, you're not trying hard enough.
Exactly.
But now and I want to get y'all's perspective on this, it does feel like a lot of the kids nowadays, they're being looked at a lot more as, you know, like, okay, yeah, they're struggling, but let's find out why, you know, not just like, hey, let's just this one's no good, let's go find another one.
Right.
Being parents, are the schools, or do you see that from the schools, or is that more on you guys to do that?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like times have changed and methods of teaching have evolved as well. Not to say that the school system itself has changed, because that's still like an old school way, but the teachers themselves and the way that they teach has, because I feel like a lot of teachers like kind of related to back then, you know, when they went to school. So they wanted to say, okay, well, when I was a kid, the teachers looked at me like I was just not getting it first, you know, or whatever reason. But I understand why, so I'm going to try it with this. So I feel like the methods of teaching has definitely been able to help children with ADHD, you know.
Yeah.
And then a mixture with us.
We're almost done.
Put it down on the counter, sweetie.
It's all good. It's all good.
On the counter. She goes to put it in the sink. Get a water bottle.
Beautiful job, by the way. Beautiful job.
Or where's your Powerade? Here, watch. Let me go help her. I got it, bro. I'll be right back.
It's all good.
Kids.
Hey, you honestly, to be honest, I'm very thankful that you guys allowed us to come on here, even though you had the kid here, and you know,
even though we forgot the table.
Yeah, even though we forgot the. Oh my god.
Oh man, no, that was the last of our worries. I was like, are we gonna wake up in time? Because we didn't even set an alarm, but he wakes up at like 4 o'clock every morning.
Okay.
And so that's why I was like, well, he'll wake us up early at like 4. No, he woke us up at like 7:30. I'm like, oh my god, trying to rush. That's why the kids aren't even ready yet.
Ah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
We got that extra hour. We could leave at 11 and be here by 11.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because of time change.
Yeah, we're magical.
We're magical.
We time travel.
I'm a genie. Remember?
Oh yeah. That gives out cars.
Yeah.
Oh,
only cars.
I
only
wish.
Cars.
I wish, man. That would be awesome.
Right.
I'd love to have a 1970s Monte Carlo on, all like muscle card out. Oh man.
So, just to close it out, you know, it seems like you guys have like just incredible structure around you. Is there any messages you guys want to maybe shout out some family, or I mean, go for it. The table.
Floor is yours.
Yeah,
Go ahead, babe.
floor is yours.
Stay positive. Like, stay positive and be patient. Like, as long as you're patient, good things will come to you. Like, how does that saying go? Good things come to those who wait. That's what I live by. Go ahead.
Yep. And kind of along the same lines, you know, put out positivity and you receive positivity. And just, you know, coming from someone that has literally been at rock bottom and went through that floor, that hole, some more to the basement, all I can say is whatever you're going through, keep your head up and just know in your heart that eventually everything will be all right. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. Sometimes it's going to take time, but either way, when they say that nothing lasts forever, even the bad, that doesn't last forever as well. So, you know, what is that noise?
It's a time.
My ADHD is going crazy.
Let's just verify. It is a dog.
It is a dog.
It's not the child.
Yeah, I was like, I heard him earlier too. But yeah, so, you know, like I was saying, just, you know, just know in your heart that eventually everything will be all right. Keep moving forward. Don't let your past define you, and don't let it drag you down. If anything, use it as a boost, something to boost you up, you know, and set yourself up reachable goals, but don't worry about the future. You know what I mean? Don't sit there and worry about something that hasn't happened yet or may never ever happen. So as long as you live in the present time right now, just be happy with what you got, because everybody has many blessings all around them all the time, but we overlook them because we feel like they're just given to us. But in reality, all these things that we have every day in our lives, such as private showers, such as being able to walk outside and take a breath of fresh air, being able to dress the way you want, the whole nine, being able to eat when you want, all of that's a privilege, and it can all get taken away from you. And, you know, if you're healthy, be happy that you're healthy, and take that as a blessing as well, because there's people out there that are sick, and, you know, that and do go through things and mentally and stuff. So all I gotta say is, you know, just be happy and humble and grateful for what you got, and think about the positive things you have in your life, and think of that more than thinking of the negative, and you'll be happy. And I promise you on everything that if you know in your heart everything will be all right, no matter what you go through, you'll be able to smile and you'll be able to move forward and get through it.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And where can our citizens follow you guys at again? You guys TikTok, and what were the names on TikTok?
The.official.manda.panda.
And mine is Dizzie Locz. Dizzie spelled with an I-E.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is another episode of the Yellow City Kids podcast. Amanda, Dizzie, thank you guys for having me. Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you very much for your time.
All right. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. See us on the next one. We'll see you. Peace.
Peace.
We're here at Big Lots because we forgot our table. Shout out to the camera H-Man. Okay, you go ahead and talk.
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't know what to say.
It's gonna feel a little different, guys. You ready, pal?
Are you recording?
No, I'm not. Oh no, yeah,
Okay,
these,
okay.
yeah. I was like, I don't know.
I haven't hit record here yet.
All right.
I'm double checking, make sure
Cool.
you got everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just look at it and like I know what I'm doing.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
I just wanted to impress y'all. Like, oh man.
He knows.